Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. A lot of you requested that I make a drinking yogurt video for y'all, and now you have the bulk recipe. Okay, sit back and watch and let's get into the video. For accuracy, you need a scale. Okay, the pot is empty and into that we're going to pour in 5 liters of water, which is 5 kg or 5,000 grams on the scale. And we need 1,100 grams of the powdered milk. You can use Cool Cow, you can use Lacto-Rich, whichever brand you like. So I've emptied the first 750 gram and I'm topping it up. You can see the measurement on the scale till I get to 1,100 grams. Okay, once that is done, the next thing we want to do is to use our hand whisker to dissolve the milk. Just dissolve it gradually. Now it's fully dissolved. The next thing we want to do is to get our sugar thermometer. It's very important for you to use a sugar thermometer for accuracy. A lot of the fails that you get from your yogurts is mostly caused by your temperature. Okay, so maybe it's too high or it's too low. So this is what the sugar thermometer looks like when you put it on. That's the button to turn it on, and when you turn it on, it gives you the Fahrenheit reading. Currently we're at 93.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and when you press the lower button, it will change it to the centigrade reading. So whichever one you want to use, but I'll be using the Fahrenheit reading. Okay, so now the milk is on fire but on low heat. You can see that it's not bubbling. We're at 165 degrees Fahrenheit and it's going higher. We want to take this milk temperature to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. If you look at it, you would notice that the at the edge of the milk, at the edge of the pot or the edge of the milk, is beginning to form some bubbles. So we're not going to heat up this milk till it starts to boil, no, but close to that point. So we're almost there. You will notice that even the milk will not even start to bubble. So we want, for accuracy, we are using the sugar thermometer. You can see that we're at 174 and we're going to 180. So keep a close eye on it. You don't need your sugar thermometer to touch the base of your pot. Just dip it into the milk, and to get the temperature you need to dip it in for about 3 minutes to 4 minutes for you to get the accurate temperature. You hold it there while it takes the temperature. It's not immediately. Okay, so count down. We're almost there. 178. Okay, 178.5, 178.7. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm doing this video so that you would see that once you get to 180, you're good to go, and you need to turn off the heat immediately. Take your milk off the stove. If you have any cold water, you can just place the pot into it just to cool it down. And we're at 180, so I'm going to turn off the thermometer and turn off the heat. Take off the milk from the heat, as I mentioned earlier. So right now I've left the milk to cool down for over 30 minutes and we're at 114.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, we want this milk to get to about 112, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, which is 45.5 thereabout, or 45 degrees centigrade. Okay, in centigrade. I hope you understand the difference between Fahrenheit and centigrade. You notice that layer on top of the milk. Okay, all we need to do is to stir the milk up at this point, you know, and then pass it through a sieve into the bowl where you're going to, you know, add in your culture to, or the bowl you want to use to make your yogurt. So we are making a 6-liter yogurt now. All I just did was to stir the milk together, and I'll use a bowl to transfer it into the bowl I want to use for the yogurt. So these containers are like 3 liters each, which gives us 6 liters. You can feel free to use a bigger size or bigger sizes of bowls, okay, just to get enough room. If you're still watching up till this point, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming. Please like, comment, subscribe. Okay, become a member of this beautiful family. Today we'll be using the Yogomet starter culture. Okay, we have the Yogomet probiotic starter culture, which is a little different from this, but this one will be using it. And for 6 liters we'll only need 2 sachets of Yogomet starter culture. There are other starter cultures in the market. If you want to make 10 liters, 20 liters, 50 liters. Now I have a clean bowl. Everything has been sterilized, but I'm taking 3 tablespoons of the milk that has been cooled. We're now at 112 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature of the milk right now, which is a perfect time for me to introduce my starter culture. So all I did was to take out 3 tablespoons each of the milk in 2 different bowls. I'm going to cut up the starter culture and pour them each into the bowls. And all you want to do is to stir. Make sure it's fully dissolved before introducing it into the milk. Okay, this temperature and the starter culture, that's what will turn your milk into yogurt. Okay, once I've dissolved it, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the milk, the 3 liters bowl each. So each starter culture that's been dissolved with milk, we poured into the 3 liters bowl, and I would give it a stir. Once I give it a stir, I'll cover it tightly with cling film to maintain the heat. Okay, and then use the airtight lid or the lid to cover it, and I'm going to wrap it up in a duvet or a towel and put in a big cooler. Once I put it in the big cooler in a room that is warm for 8 hours, after 8 hours I bring it out. You can see what it looks like. Our yogurt is ready. Now this particular yogurt is thicker than the normal drinking yogurt you will find in the market or at stores. Okay, for this particular starter culture, anywhere from 7 hours to 8 hours is fine if you don't want it to be sour or tangy. Okay, if you want it a little tangy, you can keep it up to 9-10 hours before you open it up. Okay, but I kept this for 8 hours, and I'm taking off the cling film so that you can see what it looks like. I'm going to grab a spoon now to just lift up the yogurt so we can see how it looks. This is a closer view of how set the yogurt is. Okay, and from 2 starter cultures we got 6 liters of yogurt. This recipe is very perfect, and even if you want to use it for Greek yogurt, trust me, it's very perfect. If you want to turn this into Greek yogurt, you don't need to stir it up. All you need to do is to pour this the way it's pour it like this before stirring into your cheesecloth. Suspend it, okay, in your fridge so that the water can drain out for about 4 to 6 hours, and you will have your Greek yogurt. Okay, so for the second bowl, you can see how our yogurt turned out. Okay, all we're going to do now is to transfer this into a bigger bowl. Use our hand whisk or mixer. If you have a mixer at home, just use your stand mixer. If you don't, if you have a hand mixer, you can use it. If not, your hand whisk is fine. Just pour it into a bigger bowl to enable you stir it without messing everywhere up. And to this 3 liters, I'm going to add in about 150 grams of sugar to sweeten it. Okay, if you don't want to sweeten your yogurt, you can leave it the way it is. Once I add the sugar, I'm going to add the flavor. I used 1 tablespoon of vanilla flavor. You can use up to 2 tablespoons of vanilla flavor. You can use up to 300 grams of sugar. It depends on your taste bud. Okay, so bear in mind that this particular yogurt is going to become thicker once you put it in the fridge. Okay, and when you're storing your yogurt in the fridge, you want to put it at the back side of your fridge, the part that is very cold. Okay, and you want to keep it in a fridge that that is always on, not a fridge where the power supply is bad. For me, what I do is I take out, before adding sugar, okay, I take out some part of the yogurt as my starter for the next batch, and I put in an airtight container and place in my freezer. So whenever I want to make the next batch of yogurt, and I don't want to use the fresh yogurt starter culture, I'll just bring out my yogurt, allow it come to room temperature before I use it for the next batch of yogurt. Okay, so we've mixed this one up with sugar and flavor, and then you can see how smooth and thick it is. We poured it back into the 3 liters container. All I'm going to do is to cover that up and keep it. Okay,
For me, I really enjoy storing my yogurt in the freezer because I like it very cold. In fact, sometimes I like it frozen. Okay, so it depends on you. Yogurt can be stored in the fridge or in the freezer. But one thing you need to know is if you want to make another batch, you would use the unsweetened yogurt. So before you sweeten your yogurt, you take out the batch you want to use for the next batch. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So we're going to repeat the same thing for the other bowl. In case you are making it for a customer, you can leave the second batch unsweetened depending on the flavor the person requests for. If they request for banana, you know you're going to add some food color, drops of food color into it, and banana flavor. So you can decide to leave this as the whole of the unsweetened yogurt, or you can decide to just make it all vanilla. Okay, for bottling, you can choose any type of bottle that you like. You create your logo, your sticker, okay, and then just use whatever you can that is good and sterilized to just pour in your yogurt and then close the lid tight.
After pouring and placing my sticker, this is what it looks like. Trust me guys, you need to try out this recipe. You can use it for your yogurt parfait because it gets thicker in the fridge and that makes it more economical. I filmed this video when I was heavily pregnant, but due to the fact that I was panting when I made the voiceover, I refused to post it, but I'm posting it anyways because of the request. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.